Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for the Optc video, and in today's video, we're diving back into the 10-star Kizuna clash against Kid, and in today's video, we're focusing on the 10-star events. Now, with this particular piece of content comes a lot of different variations of teams, stuff like super boss teams, high damage teams, EXP teams, how to beat the content teams, all that fun stuff. And a lot of teams focus on utilizing a friend captain Kaido or a friend captain Crocodile. Being the Kizuna rare recruits, you really want to use these particular characters to maximize your super boss tokens for your account, so that way you can dive into the super boss, have a little bit more fun with the content. And I would highly recommend doing that. If you're staying on top of your natural stamina, you should be able to refresh over and over and over again until you can find one of these units as your friend captain. Now, ideally, you just want to dive in, leave, and then just focus on your assists. That way you can build up your regular Kizuna tokens. But if you can use these two characters on screen right here, they are going to get you more super boss tokens. As for assists, though, I wouldn't try and bring them. So that's why in today's video, I have teams that don't focus on these two units. You can bring them as friend captains, don't get me wrong. These teams will still work with them as a friend captain, but they also work without them. So hopefully it helps you guys out with when you're doing your assists every 15 minutes. If you can slap Luffy on the team anywhere, like, he's going to give you more tickets, but look, I don't really care about that because it's a super boss. You're going to get so many tickets anyway. Some other characters are boosted too, so if you can put them on your teams, you are going to do more damage. But we do obviously want to focus on what is actually boosted in each particular variation. So if you enjoyed the video, belt the like button. If you're new to the channel, you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of the fun when it comes to the teams for Super Boss Kizuna. Alright, so we're kicking it off with the strength variation. Quick sign in characters get all the good stuff. On stage 2, there is damage reduction for 5 turns and block slots. On the final stage, you take 50,000 damage on entry. There is full immunity, threshold for 5 turns, 5 turns of recovery bind, 1 turn of damage null, and when you defeat the enemy, you take 100,000 damage. After level 31, the threshold goes to 6 turns, it becomes 5 turns of attack down, and your crew gets increased damage taken for 5 times for 1 turn. So the team I put together looks a little bit like this. Now, if you can find a friend captain Crocodile, bring a friend captain Crocodile. But if you can't find a friend captain Crocodile, literally just bring any driven boosting unit. Verse Kaido, for example, Superclass Doflamingo, Big Mom, the new Super Sugo Big Mom. Any of these characters are going to work, and any character that gives you a buff that you don't already have on this particular team is going to be more beneficial. Ideally, you probably want them to be quick, because that way they have type advantage, but like I said, they don't have to be, so that way you can just sort of beat the content anyway. Big Mom, the Super Sugo Big Mom is probably going to be your best option for damage output, because with Big Mom, you can actually get a type advantage with her Super EX. She's a Super EX for the driven powerhouse typing, and she gives you a guaranteed extra conditional boost, so she's going to be really good if you can find her as a friend captain. I don't know if this team actually satisfies all the conditions for that, but look, that's going to be the best way to go about it. But the team is led by King. Now, King's awesome because you can use him on turn 2, and that way you get an orb boost, and then you get his chain boost on the final stage. Plus, with the support of Queen, you can actually get an attack boost to your powerhouse units, I believe, and then that way it'll auto-proc King's special on the final stage. To get around the damage reduction and the block orbs, we're utilizing the free-to-play Big Mom from Treasure Map. Now, this unit is actually so good because not only does she have the ability to remove that increased damage taken with her Limit Break expansion, she also rotates block orbs, gives you a chain lock, and removes the damage reduction. With that, on stage 2, you have a chain lock, a full board of orbs, an orb boost, and an attack boost to easily kill, and then auto-proc King on the final stage for another orb booster. Bardo Cavendish are fantastic for this particular fight as well. I don't think you need them Limit Break 5, because I believe they still remove the threshold by 6 turns anyway. They're still an attack booster, and they still give you the damage threshold. That's the big reason they're here. If you have them Limit Break expanded, though, I believe this last part where they give the color affinity, that becomes a new thing. But if you have them level Limit Break 5, you're going to get color affinity as well. So as you can see, you take 30,000 because you're taking 50,000 on entry. You can easily get around that. With the damage null, we have the rare recruit Pudding from the, I believe it was the Big Mom batch? Yeah, the Super 10 and Big Mom batch. This particular unit's great because she can actually remove damage null. Make sure to use her last, though, because you don't want to get her attack boost. But yeah, she removes damage null. Plus, if you Limit Break expand her, you can actually get around the recovery bind as well with her Limit Break. I don't think you'll need this, to be honest. I think you'll have enough HP regardless. But if you do need to Limb Break Expander to heal back with like Boulder Cavendish Switch and whatnot, you can actually do that as well. Finally, we've got Zoro here. He's just an attack down remover. Literally replace Zoro with any other unit. There is a Chopper from Kizuna Rare Recruit that you can actually use. He's not going to get boosted under like everyone if you aren't running like double King, or if you run a Crocodile Friend Captain, it will, because you can run double quick boosters. But I just wanted to just point him out. I did showcase him in the EXP teams, but this Chopper, he removes attack down and damage null, so that way if you have this unit, you can replace both Pudding and Zoro, and then just bring another character that gives you some kind of buff. So that's the team versus strength. It should work fairly nicely. Like I said, if you guys can't find Crocodile as friend captains, don't stress. You don't need to bring Crocodile. You can bring another King, honestly. Like, that will also work. But if you can find Super Sugo Big Mom, that's going to be a little bit nicer. Moving on to Sai now. Strikers, shooters, and driven characters get all the good stuff. There's Threshold and Defense up on stage 2. And then on the final stage, there's full immunity. You take 55% HP cut on entry. And there's 15,000 pain damage every time you literally do everything. There's Special Reverse on your top row for 1 turn, 2 turns for your crewmates, Special Bind for 5 turns for your crewmates. And after level 31, the Special Reverse goes up by 1 turn, Special Bind goes up by 1 turn, and your Sailors get Fear, which is very annoying because then they can't use their Sailor abilities. So the cheat code for this fight is actually Alba. Now, if you guys don't have Alba, just run a friend captain Alba. But this team, the one you see on screen, can work with the new card Kaido. Utilizing Kaido as our captain completely gets around Special Bind, completely gets around Special Reverse, and then you literally don't have to worry about that. However, your Sailors are going to get 3 turns of Special Reverse. And to get around this, you do need particular characters like Alba. Now, if Alba is your friend captain, he's just going to reverse on himself, because literally as a captain, he is untouchable. But his special gives 2 turns of cooldowns to driven and powerhouse characters, and then he also changes all his orbs, including block orbs and blah blah blah, into all the good stuff. Ideally, well, not ideally, you have to use Queen on turn 2 though. Now, whether, again, if you don't have Queen, bring Queen as a friend captain. Queen is going to give you defense up and threshold removal, plus you can keep a tandem mob on your Alba. You should be able to kill. I imagine you'll be able to kill. You can keep a tandem mob on Alba, so that way you can get the super tandem available on the final stage. Plus, you're going to have Queen special back ready to go with, actually, it's not going to matter, because Kaido's going to give you tandem and 1 orbs anyway, so that's going to work nicely. Kaido is going to give 20 turns of cooldown to your Sailors, so you can actually use him to get a whole bunch of extra damage. He's going to be your attack booster and your orb booster. But ideally, you want to use him after you've already used Alba. Remember, you can only use 2 specials after using Kaido's special. So if you use Alba, you can get back Jack, because we have the Mr. 3 support. If Jack's your friend captain, he's going to get the 2 turns from Alba anyway. But then you can use Jack to get the chain boundary. Then you can use Kaido to get the attack and the orb boost. And then you can then go forward and use Alba again, or use Jack again, and then use Queen again for color affinity and all that fun stuff. This particular Pudding, though, I put her on the team because she has a very interesting special. She's a treasure map free-to-play character. She has this very special ability that basically gives you a full heal. So, if the pain gets too much and you get down to a very low limit, you can then literally use her to full heal back up, and then you can sort of just like keep the roll on. Now, if you can't find a card Captain Kaido, or if you've got all these characters that you see on screen, you can actually bring Big Mom. The new Super Sugo Big Mom is going to work great as a friend captain. You can get a double conditional that way. You have the versatility of Kaido, and this team, honestly, it should not have any problems. Like, it's going to do so much damage moving forward. The pain is the big problem with this, because remember, you take the 55% HP cut, and then you get the pain. Ideally, I would run a ship as well that has some sort of HP buff. I have the Dofi ship leveled up, so I may as well slap that on. But any ship that gives you HP is going to be very, very helpful. So that way, that heal from Pudding is going to be much, much higher. You have a lot of room for supports here as well. Just chuck on any healing supports too. They're going to proc after the HP cut, so you can actually do stuff like that too. Finally, we have the quick variation, which is actually quick int and dex. Driven cerebral powerhouse get all the good stuff, and on stage 2, there's 1 turn of special reverse, 1 turn of damage null, and unfavorable slots. On the final stage, there's a 3rd quick, 3rd int, 3rd dex typing. There's full immunity except for defense down. You can only use 2 specials for 1 turn, 5 turns of attack down, 5 turns of special bind, and after level 31, the attack down and the special bind go up by 1 turn. There's also 5 turns of defense up on this fight as well. So, the team that I put together looks a little bit like this. It's led by Superclass Doflamingo. Superclass Doflamingo is so good because he just removes Special Bind. With this unit, you don't have to worry about Special Bind. It's awesome. And on top of that, he can actually be your Orb Manipulator for turn 2. He can be an attack booster. He can be an Orb booster. He can give you a chain boost. He can give you a base stat boost. He just can be so many different things, and he's just such a versatile unit for these particular fights. He's so good. On top of that, he's actually a rainbow unit. He actually rainbow boosts the entire team, but he does focus on driven characters specifically because it's 3.75 times otherwise. So you really want to be bringing driven characters when it comes to building these particular teams. To get the superclass off, you do need to have one of these particular characters, and the way that this team's sort of looking at working is utilizing either the card Kaido or utilizing the Rush Kaido from the Gear 5 celebration. Now, if you guys can't find friend captains in that sort of regard, you can literally replace this Big Mom with any Kaido unit. Verse Kaido is probably the one that comes to mind first. This one right here. So then that way you can use him to be an attack booster and an orb booster, and then that way you can use the base stats of and chain boost of Dofi. However, if you bring a Rush Kaido, you can get access, and you have this Big Mom, you can get access to his Rush mechanic as well as his Super EX. That's going to allow you to get 2 conditional boosters, and with Jack, you can get around the damage null on turn 2, so it's going to work ridiculously well. You can switch with Jumanji on turn 2, because I believe you get 5 turns of Super Swap. If it's more, then you want to Super Swap with Jumanji and then use their special on turn 2, so then that way you can do something like this. That way you get the attack and the orb boost of Jumanji, and then that way you can carry it into the final stage. It's not going to be as high as what Kaido provides, but Kaido's there for his conditional boost, his crazy rush mechanic, and all that sort of stuff with the Powerhouse class. Now, there is one unit on the team that isn't Powerhouse, and that is this Kizuna Rare Recruit Crocodile. This Kizuna Rare Recruit Crocodile is insane. Like, he's so good. He removes the defense up, he removes the attack down, and he has the limit break ability to remove special limit. But that doesn't matter because if you have Big Mom, if you're using a friend captain, Rush Kaido, they can also do that too. If you guys don't have that Crocodile, just replace him with any other attack booster. Attack down remover. And then you can use this Nami on Jumanji to set defense to 0 on turn 2, and then that way you don't have to worry about it on the final stage. Oh, actually, no, you need it for the final stage. Never mind. So that's actually not going to work. You just need to replace him with an attack down remover as well as a defense up remover. So that could work absolutely fine. Remember, Dofi gives you so much room to play with. You don't even need Jumanji on this team, really. You can just bring like another attack booster, for example. Or if you need to replace Crocodile, you can replace Crocodile and Big Mom. There is a Rare Recruit Queen that removes defense up. You can use him over Big Mom to help with the Super EX, and this team should actually just work really, really nicely. So that's the 10-star. Hopefully it helps you guys out if you guys can't find stuff like Crocodile or Kaido friend captains. This team, like I said, can work with both Crocodile and Kaido as well. So if you guys can find them, you are going to be in really, really good stead. But hopefully it helps you guys out. If it does, make sure to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.